To straight up reviews vlogs, where there's no bullshit beyond the sign. I was originally going to continue my reviews, but since my mic got busted yet again, I decided to use the time to my advantage to continue what I started a year ago this month. Like before, this is partially scripted, as I would need to keep my eyes on the notes to keep track of where I am now. Picking up where I left off the last episode, this is Gotham, episode 2. It opens with Bruce starting his train to conquer fear by burning his hand on a candle in an effort to test his tolerance to pain. Alfred walks in on him and is notably upset. I love this part because it shows while Alfred does care about Bruce, he is inexperienced in parenting to the point where his first reaction is to harshly berate him, before trying to comfort him when he realizes how messed up Bruce may be from the trauma of his dead parents. The show then cuts to a scene where a group of kids, Selena being among them, are met by a seemingly strange but nice couple who claim to be part of the mayor's outreach program for homeless children, providing them food and provisions. However, it all turns out to be a sick and sadistic trap set up when they start drugging the kids one by one. Just when you think they aren't evil enough, they shoot a homeless man to stop him from stopping them. Wow, that got ugly real fast. Kat and another kid escape just barely, with the latter being flung through a window of a nearby restaurant. Gotham, where creepy child snatchers break the windows when they don't catch kids. Gordon is later seen the next morning investigating the dead homeless man, finding out he's a war veteran. Fuck, now I feel a lot worse. The guy did nothing and had nothing but risked his life to save those kids and got shot for his trouble. After a brief fight with an incompetent patrolman, he informs Gordon, the other escaped kid, who he assumed was high due to a strong drug administered to him prior to his escape. When interrogating him, the kid informs Gordon and Bullock that this was not the first time the Snatcher stole kids, and the cops do nothing about it. It also shows Bullock's further corrupt nature as he threatens to beat the kid, thinking he is not only lying, but may have murdered the vet. However, fear of such police brutality causes the kid to tell them that Kat witnessed the whole thing with him. When Gordon tries to calm Bullock down, Bullock, not knowing about Penguin's fake death, calls Gordon a hypocrite for being above it all when he killed Oswald. Now, had Gordon actually done that, it would have been the first of many times that Bullock got the last word over Gordon, kind of like McCoy to Spock. Which makes it all the more funny for reasons you'll have to wait until you either watch the show or the other vlogs. I see you anti-spoilers out there. Rather watch a review of a show than watch the show itself and base your opinion off that? Cheapskates. Penguin is later seen hitchhiking when he's picked up by a bunch of frat boys. Things seem fine with them, even with them sharing a beer with him, until one of them says that he walks like a penguin. Now, for those who have only tuned into the later episodes, there was a bit of a running gag in the original series where Penguin did not really like anybody calling him that name before he decided to accept what he was. So anytime somebody were to call him Penguin in the early seasons, he would either lash out at them violently or kill him. In this case, he killed the frat boys because they said he walked like a penguin. It wasn't anything malicious, but he still hated that. Now, unlike the first kill he made, this one was meant to hammer in how crazy he was. And while the fisherman was an innocent person, like the two after, one not really know what happens since the title blocked it, he merely killed the fisherman for his own sake of survival, as he did not want anybody to know he was still alive, not to mention that Swim from Gotham Harbor to the shore where he found the fisherman. Probably worked up an appetite, hence why he stole his fish sandwich after at the end of that one. Now, that was considered a somewhat necessary kill. The other two was not only a fit of rage, but also risk blowing his cover as a dead man, risking anyone trying to find out who he was, just so he had issue over the name calling, which eventually he'll later get over. Gordon and Bullock question why homeless kids are being abducted left and right, while Edward comes in, revealing that the drug the kid was on was a powerful knockout drug revealed to originally be made by the defunct Arkham Asylum. So on top of characters being introduced, along with Wayne Manor, Crime Alley, and GCPD before it, in the previous episodes, another common Gotham spot has been revealed. This I like because many people often treat Gotham like it's a sentient city, and that the buildings are both good and bad are an extension of its body parts. But most importantly, the drug the kid was hit with is hard to purchase even in the street, making his story check out. They are ordered to close the case without any press interference and to find the suppliers of the drug. And one of the leads they have is that they know the murder took place in Mooney's turf, much to their displeasure considering what happened in episode 1. Fish, meanwhile, is celebrating Penguin's demise when Falcone comes in, among most things, lamenting about the tragedy of Wayne's death, worrying about the murders themselves would trigger a feud between his family and the Maronis, another Batman mob villain group, and lastly, confronting her about the stuff she said about taking over Gotham when he croaks. When Fish lies, Falcone, in his first act of intimidation on screen, has her current boyfriend, an innocent busboy, beaten within an inch of his life and making Fish watch. This causes the mostly common cool Fish to freak out, losing her cool and throwing the customers out. This was a cool scene between villains because Falcone knew she was playing him. She knew he was going to buy it, yet they continued to be civil to each other in spite of the brutality being displayed. Yet when she realizes her power has been questioned in public view, it shows how much she doesn't take humiliation well, as well as her vanity. Meanwhile, Montoya, still sore about Jim's threat, investigates the Penguin murder, much with her partner, where we are now introduced with Gertrude Coupleput, Penguin's mother, played by the legendary comedian Carol Kane. When Gertrude believes Oswald is missing, they instantly believe Gordon did it despite lack of solid evidence. However, Gertrude doesn't believe Oswald was murdered, but rather ran off with a woman, in a tone that suggests a Norm-and-Norma relationship between the two. But she's kind of right, considering before his fake death he was under Fish's control. While Fish was plotting brutal retaliation against Falcone, Penguin rents a trailer where he has the bodies of the frat boys hidden, and the homeless kids have also been abducted somewhere else, finding themselves in a makeshift prison. Gordon and Harvey confront Fish about the abductions when she informs them that there is a trafficker in the town who only wants anyone healthy enough to take overseas, with children being the top priority. These folks are lucky Batman isn't Batman yet. As stated before in the animated series, this was a crime he would be willing to break his one rule over. Of course, Gordon makes the mistake of telling Barbara, who tells the press, which in turn pisses off both the mayor and Captain Essen. But the good news is Gordon found the lead on the drug to 3 companies that distributed it to Arkham, one of which reveals to be a front for the Snatchers, and the owner freaking out on the cops finding out, which in turn causes them to reveal the name of their boss, the Dollmaker, another future Batman villain. As for why he's called that, find out later. Gordon and Harvey arrive at the company, and during a confrontation, it's revealed that the Wayne Foundation is reopening Arkham. The Snatchers take no chances and try to get the drop on the cops but fail, yet manage to escape but without children. Before the company would dispose of them, Gordon rescues a kid and Mayor Aubrey commends them, while sending the kids to juvie to be safer, leaving only the PR appealing ones to foster care. Gordon, of course, sees James for the corrupt fuck he is, but before he could do anything about it, Alfred meets him, inviting him over for a talk with him and Bruce about his burning, thinking Bruce's respect for Gordon would help him out in his behavior. All while Bruce is drawing troubling art and listening to death metal. Wait a minute. I thought Batman hated rock and roll. Selena is being seen among the kids arrested, demanding to talk to Gordon, but is shipped off to the bus only to find out that one of the Snatchers is driving it hell-bent on taking them to the doll maker. This allows Gordon to let Bullock beat the owner of the drug company until he spills his guts. I wonder if Gordon will allow that in the future. Maybe not a cop, but someone. Ah well, it won't be a few seasons later. Till the owner gives the info on their escape van while the Snatchers load them onto a storage crate at a warehouse. Selena escapes, and while Gordon and Harvey try to search for the company logo for the truck, at first thinking it was sold to a cannibal because it was a catering company, but they find out later that the company logo was that of an international shipping company. One of the Snatchers, Thugs, is found with his eyes missing courtesy of Cat, while the Snatchers resume their search. The female Snatcher manages to reach Selena while Harvey captures the other Snatcher, the male one, both demanding to know where the kids are locked up. Gordon is later seen at Wayne Manor, Alfred explaining the situation, while Bruce pulls the first of his many future disappearing acts. Bruce reassures both of them that his behavior is normal in spite of the burnings and offers to help the kids out in any way he can, suggesting money at first, but Gordon sets them straight, saying that they need someone to take care of them, rather than just a few bucks to throw at them. So, instead, Bruce offers them fresh clothes. This becomes a stepping stone of Bruce's philanthropy. Selena, in an effort to stay out of juvie, threatens to Chris Hansen, a cop, if he doesn't let her talk to Gordon, whilst Penguin is still in the trailer plotting the next move to Gotham. I never got a good look at his plans for the first time I watched this episode, but after watching this again, I can see clearly that he has labeled some of the unflattering remarks on pictures of people on his plans that he neither doesn't care about or doesn't like, such as labeling Bruce a crybaby and calling Fish a bitch. Penguin gets a call from one of the frat boys' cell phones. As it turns out, he kept one of them alive for ransom so that he can get money to start his plans to get back to Gotham. Gordon meets Selena, who offers the face of the Wayne killer in exchange for getting out of juvie. Aside from the MCU's investigation, Selena's reveal, and Penguin's ascent, much of the episode was nothing more than filler, mostly designed to establish the current characters' further traits. But as I see it with my own eyes, this show is starting to gain traction and that it needed to keep it going. Much like the pilot, it's still off to a slow start, but it's getting closer to becoming a great show. As usual, debate, argue, let me know what I missed. Stay tuned for more.